stay on her. I don't know why you can put me down. Shit, I am the shit.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine. The moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is bar one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough of the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these tickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow, what the team is about. Champions, you can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you never see me, it's no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Guys, we in the basement again. Going live and direct. I appreciate y'all being here. It's a beautiful day. It's Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. That's what time we go live over here. And we're going to talk plenty of sports. We got plenty of sports to talk about. A little bit of everything, right? A little bit of everything. We're going to talk some NBA, Summer League. We're going to talk Big Three. We're going to touch in the little NFL world just a little bit. Just a little bit. We're going to talk about all this. But before we get too far deep into the conversation, I need for every last one of you guys to do me a solid and hit that like button.
Push the goddamn button.
Yes. Hit that like button. Do me a favor and hit that like button.
Push the goddamn button.
I appreciate every last one of y'all being here. Right on. So with that being said, let's go and get the party started. Look, one thing I seen online today, it was disturbing. Right? It was disturbing. I was in the ESPN, and they was talking about former backup quarterback for the Detroit Lions, Teddy Bridgewater. So for those who don't know, Teddy Bridgewater is a high school head coach right now of a 3A class team, right? He's a high school coach of a 3A class team, Miami Northwestern, right? One of the things I remember reading the article, he was talking about raising money for the school to help pay for some of the kids' activities, the meals. Some kids had to use Uber and stuff like that. Providing meals for the kids, you know what I'm saying, after practice, before games, little stuff like that. And the crazy thing is some of the comments that was made, right? They said, man, you made $65 million. Why don't you pay for it? I'm like, God damn, that's wild, right? That's some nasty work right there. I seen that. I'm like, they really doing this. They really gonna sit there and say, hey man, you made this and this amount of money. You made this amount of dollars. Why can't you pay for these kids' fees and all? Brother Black Man Unfiltered, man, it's good to see you, my brother. I love you, brother. I love you always, my brother. Shout out to you and great things for you and your family and your network. Got to respect. That man's called Black Man Unfiltered Network. Don't call a show. No, he said, I'm a force. I'm a network. Shout out to my brother, Black Man Unfiltered. But I want to say this. When I seen that comment, I was like, damn, I'm done. Now, for those who don't know, he's an alma mater of Miami Northwestern. That's where he played high school football at 4+ years. Gave blood, sweat, and tears to that program. He decided to come back to that program and to continue to build that program up to what he remembers when he played in high school. And his way of giving back, coaching them kids up. Not only coaching them up, helping them out, but he's also making sure he's taken care of at his own expense. Should that be his responsibility? No, sir, it shouldn't. The school should take care of that. The parents should take care of that. The boosters, the former alumni should be doing that, take care of that by donating, by giving back. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with him doing something here and there. That's cool. That's fine. That's nice. But it shouldn't be something on the regular. It shouldn't be every week he's peeling out, taking money from his family, his household. The little check that they give him, he's turned around and reinvested into the school. So he's pretty much coaching for free, right? He said he spent up to $14,000 over the school year. Like I said, I gave some example. Gave back by giving kids, paying for Uber rides, right? Paying for food. Little things like that he did. Why? Because he loves them kids. He loved his school. And so what he do? He did what he felt like it's necessary for him to do to help out. All right, paying for recovery service, huh? He asked fans to help donate, to help cover such expenses that he paid for all season last year. Well, unfortunately, him talking about that, sharing that, came back to bite him. So now he's being suspended. So Miami Northwestern suspended him for, I guess, improper benefits that some of these kids was getting, because he was doing that. The Florida High School Athletic Association confirmed to Rivals on Monday that he has gotten more information. So this young man, because he's still young, he's only 32 years old, is giving back to his community, giving back to his school. And the only thing he's asking for is a little bit of help. The only thing this man is asking for is some type of financial assistance from the fan base, from the parents. And look, guys, I don't know if y'all know anything about coaching. I've been involved in coaching or seen coaching or has family members who was coach or maybe even a spouse who was a coach. But for those who are coaching at programs who are not most lavish programs, who's not the most profitable program, who may be coaching maybe at a lower level, little league, pee-wee league football, as they call, something like that. And even some high schools or middle schools that don't have the backing as some of these other major schools, right? And you have to scrape pennies together, nickels together, some coins together in order to get certain things and certain items. Not all schools has a sponsorship. Not all schools have the opportunity to have a shoe company paying for all their products and their items and their cleats and their pads, the equipment that they need, the weight room equipment. They don't have that. Let me go on even further than that. My son's school, not my school, we was fine. Shit, I'm just saying. My son's school was at one of those schools like that, what I'm describing, who didn't have a lot, didn't do anything like that. And they will always ask the parents if they could donate a little bit more, help out. And I remember when the parents were trying to get together and have a list for who's going to bring meals for the kids on game day. And we try to do it like at the beginning of the season. We try to get a list and hold steadfast to us. And if you can't, bring food, but maybe you could donate a certain amount of money to cover the food and the expenses. When you're dealing with us, that shit don't always work. And that's just unfortunate. I remember, me donating because they was asking parents if they had shoe sizes cool. So I ended up going to a shoe store and buying about 3 pairs of shoes. They was probably only about $50 a piece, right? I didn't ask for no money. I didn't ask for that. Only thing I asked for them kids is to say thank you. That's it. That's all I asked for from them. Come over to me, say thank you for the shoes. That's it. I didn't tell you to stand in front of your teammates and say no, discreetly and privately. That's all I require from the coach to say. They came over and shook my hand. Thank you, Mr. Heen. I appreciate that. 2 years I did it. Bought 3 pairs of shoes. They was on sale. They was at a shoe, like I said, shoe store, and they was on. Some of them shoe stores put their sale items or their clearance items on the tables. I did that, no problem. When I'm coaching Little League football, I did the same thing. Went to it's called Play It Again Sports here, but it's like one of them surplus stores where they get like gently used equipment or used equipment or stuff like that, or discount equipment. That equipment may be from the year before, so it's old, so they sell it at a discount place. I remember buying helmets, buttons, screws, mouthpieces, jerseys for practice, them old fishnet type practice jerseys, practice pants with the pads were they already inside the pants and all of that, a couple pair of cleats, stuff like that, chin straps, stuff like that. I had a tackle box, that whole old tackle box that I had, and I would put all the screws, mouthpieces in there, chin strap pieces, the clips for the helmets, all of that I would keep in there. A needle so we could, of course, and a hand pump so we could pump up the footballs if they, get too low, little stuff like that. And I will always make sure I bring it to every practice. Or if I didn't bring it to the field, I definitely make sure I kept it in back of my truck. To have a cordless drill, also a Phillips a Phillips screwdriver. So, one person's using the drill, so we wouldn't be waiting. Got somebody else with the manual Phillips screwdriver. All of those things. And I work with those kids because I understand where those kids came from, because I was that child. But guys, before I get too deep into the story, make sure y'all hit that goddamn button. Y'all heard what Carter said. Hit that like button. I appreciate every last one of you being here and hearing my story. And we're going to talk about sports. But with that being said, I enjoy doing that because I understand I can relate to them kids. I was one of those kids who was less fortunate, didn't have the latest and greatest stuff. I had secondhand stuff, third-hand stuff, hand-me-downs, all that. I can relate. So those are some of the things that Teddy Beardroger is dealing with right now at the school he's at, his alma mater. So I understand when he's, asking parents, asking individuals, going down around to the local business and asking if they want to donate or be a sponsor, stuff like that. Just bucket shaking, car washes, chicken dinners, fish dinners, selling those things, selling plates, 50-50 raffles. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I remember doing those things to try to raise money for the kids in order to pay for certain things. You know what I'm saying? But you can't put all of that on the coaches. And pretty much that's what they was doing. So what you made $65 million over your career of 11 years or whatever it was. You can afford to pay for that. Yeah, okay. All that may be true, but that's that man and his family's money. That doesn't mean he should be pointed back into the job. He's getting paid a stipend or a certain amount. And now whatever stipend he's paying, he's got to put that back into the school. Even though the school should be providing some of these things. Now, maybe they can't for whatever reason. Maybe the budget won't allow them for whatever reason. Now, unfortunately for this young man, it backfired. And it's sad. It's sad that this happened. I hate that this happened for him. I really hate that this happened for him. Because he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve to get suspended. Now, guys, I know y'all see the title, and unfortunately, I opened the wrong link. But that's okay. I'm gonna ride with it. This show wasn't supposed to be shown for the August 11th, my fantasy football show. But that's okay. People make mistakes. Hopefully, y'all forgive me, right? And if you don't forgive me, shame on you. But you can show me love with that. Show me you forgive me by hitting that like button. So no, we're not going to talk about fantasy football. And my brother, Chris Allen, is not going to be here today. It's for Thursday, the 11th of August. And so, charge it to my mind and not my heart. But we are going to talk about sports. So with that being said, let's keep going. Shame on Miami Northwestern for doing this, but I understand why they had to do it because, like he said, he admitted and posted it about the benefits that he was giving to the kids. And unfortunately, he's being suspended. Now, hopefully, he appeals and they can have some type of leniency. Maybe they don't suspend him the whole season, maybe a couple games, and they'll keep it moving. But this man has done so much for his high school program already. His first year, they won a 3A championship. His first season as the coach there led him to the Miami Northwestern to the Class 3A championship. And now he's been suspended. Miami Northwestern, he made y'all relevant again. And now y'all suspended this man. Now, like I said, hopefully it's not a long suspension. Hopefully it's not like an all-season suspension, nothing like that. Hopefully. But you never know. But like he said, well, they suspended me, so I'm free to go where he wants to. But he doesn't want to go anywhere. He wants to be the coach for his alma mater. That's where he wants to coach at. That's where he wants to be. I just thought I needed to share that with you guys because I thought that was sad, man, to see stuff like that happen. You know what I'm saying? I really did. But, good luck to them. Like I said, hopefully it's not like a long suspension or anything like that. Hopefully, it's, like I said, it's a couple games and then they move on from there. But with that being said, let's continue to move on. Let's talk about this next thing I want to talk about, and that's the another NFL player, but this time it's on the better side of it, right? New York Giants wide receiver Garrett Wilson signed a 4-year, $130 million extension that includes a $90 million signing bonus. Shout out to this young brother, man, for getting the bag. Well-deserved. Great wide receiver. Looking forward to seeing him and, Justin Fields do great things, do amazing things. Justin Fields going to love a guy like Garrett Wilson because he's one of those down the field threats that Justin Fields liked to throw to, like he did with DJ Moore. Had a great record-setting year for DJ Moore, so I could see Fields really benefiting from Garrett Wilson. So a contract that's well-deserved. I'm happy for him. Shout out to him. But unfortunately, not everything's good that's happening in NFL. Not everything that happened this weekend is positive, right? So right now, we've seen a story. I don't know if y'all heard the story of my man Junkins. My man Quentin, I think is how you pronounce the name. I think that's how you pronounce it. I mean, don't hold me to it. Quentin Jenkins, I think is how you pronounce the name. Running back, yeah. Quinshawn Jenkins, that's it. Running back who plays for the Cleveland Browns, who also played college ball at Ohio State. 21-year-old young man, 36 overall pick in April's draft, who had 1,060 yards, 14 touchdowns for the Ohio State last season. Unfortunately for the young man, he got some trouble. According to Browns County arrest records, Jenkins was jailed overnight and is awaiting first court appearance. The charges described in the arrest report as touch or struck battery domestic violence. The charges is a misdemeanor. The records does not indicate if Jenkins has an attorney who could comment on his behalf. The Browns spokesperson said the team is aware of the incident and is gathering more information. Let me say this. These young bloods got to know, man. These young bloods got to know that when you put yourself in certain situations, man, as an NFL player, the eyes of Big Brother's going to be on you. What's up, Pizza Shoes? Unfortunately, I end up clicking the wrong link. So we're not talking about fantasy football today with my man Chris Allen. We're not doing that today. That's August 11th. Unfortunately, I hit my wrong link. I had like 3 of them up there, 3 to choose from, and I wasn't paying attention. So I apologize. We talking about fantasy football, not today at least. Not today. We will be talking about it on August 11th, so make sure you tune in. But I appreciate you being here. But I need for you to do me a favor right now. Hit that like button. Yes, sir. Hit that like button. I appreciate it. But one thing about these football players, man, you can't put yourself in certain positions or certain situations, because why? The eyes of Big Brother's always going to be on you. They are always going to be on you, watching, paying attention, and seeing what you're doing. And with that, seeing what you're doing could bring a spotlight on you that you're really not ready for. Especially a spotlight that's not in a positive, like what happened. Now, we don't know all the details. We don't know if he's guilty or innocent. It's alleged right now, right? It's alleged that this happened. Only thing we do know that he did get arrested for whatever reason. I hope if he gets some anger management help. I hope he gets some help. I hope he learns how to handle his emotions. And if this woman is a problematic woman, I hope he gets away from this woman, because she means you no good. I hope whatever means of help that he needs to get, he go get. Whatever thing he needs to do to take care of that situation, he takes care of it. Because what he's done could definitely set his career back. Not going to say he's going to ruin it. I'm not going to say that, because we've seen guys somehow, some way rise from above that. Tyreek Hill is a prime example. Joe Mixon is another example. But we also seem to want to go just the opposite. And when I see just the opposite, we watch guys go down like Ray Rice. We also watch guys like Hardy, who used to play for the Dallas Cowboys back in the days as well. So when you have situations like that, that could really put a damper on your career, it's not good. It's not good at all. So with Krishan Jenkins, I wish you nothing but the best, brother. And I hope what you're being accused of is definitely not true. Because like I said, it could definitely set your career back. And, that's not what you want to do, man. You got an opportunity down there in Cleveland to be the lead back. Nick Chubb's gone, no longer there. Opportunities open up for you to take the rock and run with it, but you can't do that if you're not available. You can't deal with it when your mind's not where it needs to be as far as, playing the game. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You focus and locked in on your court case, but you can't get the playbook down. Because why? Man, you're dealing with this situation. So, young blood, man, I hope, my prayers for you, I hope you're able to get the help that you need. I hope you're able to get yourself out of the situation. I hope you learn from this situation, and moving forward that you operate and move accordingly. Can't get yourself caught up in these back and forths, man. Some of these women don't mean you no good. They just there to use and abuse you and throw you back to the streets. They're there to leech off of you, reap the benefits, take your resources, and be about you. And so when you're dealing with individuals like that, you need to have some type of discernment and figure that out real fast, quick, and in a hurry. And be done with an individual like that, because they mean you no good. I promise you they don't. So good luck with that situation, my brother. I promise you. I want to see you be successful. But, man, if you're out here doing some silly shit like this, I can't ride with you, dog. I can't. I ain't for it. Never have, never will be. With that being said, I need for y'all guys to do me a favor.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button. Hey, shout out to my guy, J-Dub. J-Dub say, yo, what up? It's my 48th birthday. J-Dub, if you was a woman, I would sing happy birthday to you, but I'm not. So let me say this. Happy birthday, my brother. And I wish you many more. Right on?
Lord Jesus.
I know that's right. But let me say this. Like I said, guys, it's not the fantasy football show, and please forgive me. I accidentally hit that link and I did click the other one. That's my fault. That's on me. Charge it to my mind and not my heart. But guys, we're going to have a great discussion tonight because there's a few more things I want to talk about. A few more things I want to talk about. We're going to get out of the way, some of the minute stuff, but we're going to talk about this NBA power rankings that I see. We got to talk about that. We also going to talk about the summer league stuff. And we also going to talk about the big three. But with that being said, let's get to the big three before we get over to the NBA. So guys who didn't know, who didn't watch the big three, shame on you. You're missing out on the treat. You are missing out on the treat. I've been watching the big three ever since its existence. Right? Ever since its existence, I've been watching the big three and enjoying every minute of it. Right? So, with that being said, let's talk about it. The big three went off yesterday, Sunday, July the 13th. So, we had some great games, some great matchups. Got to watch a couple teams that I have yet to get to watch before, and then one of them was the Chicago Triplets. Right, I have seen them before. That has an old former U of L player, Montrezl Harrell, who played for them. They end up winning over the Dallas Powers, 50-45. Shout out to the Chicago Triplets. I have named them first because my favorite football teams in Chicago, the Bulls as well as the Bears. Next team up is the Miami 304. They ended up winning yesterday over DMV Trilogy, 52-49. Close game, entertaining game. That was the first game. But that wasn't the game of the night. That wasn't the game of the night, even though they had Michael Beasley out there yelling still at feature. Lance Stevens out there doing silly Lance Stevenson stuff, doing his thing. That wasn't even the game of the night. Then we had the Detroit Amps. Unfortunately, Big Bucket Joe has been out with a leg problem. So even though in his absence, they still winning. They 3-1 now. They won over the Houston Rigs, the Houston Rig Hands, 50-40. But the game of the night, the local team of the night, was the Boston Big Hogs. The Boston Ball Hogs. They was going against the LA Riot. And please believe you me, Massachusetts stood up. They said beat LA. They was chanting that damn there all night. And that was a heck of a game. Boston went out to an early lead, almost had like a 15-point lead at one time. But then LA started to come back. They cut it down. Unfortunately, they couldn't overcome the lead, though. So with that being said, the Boston Ball Hogs end up winning 51-43 over the LA Riots. So that's pretty much my big three a rundown. It was a good game, very entertaining. A lot of pushing and shoving. It's been a lot of pushing and shoving this season, man. I think because of Michael Beasley between Howard and Lance Stevens and all of the other crew. And, of course, Montrezl Harrell to get a little bit emotional at times. So, you had your hothead guys, your in-your-face type dudes, and they do what they do. But like I said, Big Three is very entertaining. I hope they come back to Kentucky. I love it. When they was at the University of Kentucky, played up there. That was I won't say the first season or second season for sure. And had the opportunity of playing, watching the game up there, so I loved every minute of it. But speaking of loving every minute, let me go and let me know that Big Ant 11 comes through with the $10 super chat. He said, happy 48th birthday to J-Dub. Happy 503 birthday to Hinkin. This Negro here ain't shit. He ain't shit. Go ahead, Big Ant. I'm sick of your black ass. He said, happy 48th birthday to J-Dub and happy 503 birthday to Hinks old ass. God damn, that is some nasty work. But with that being said, I appreciate it. I promise you, I appreciate it. Big Ann 11. Shout out to Big Ann 11 for the $10 super chat. He didn't have to, he chose to. And I appreciate the blessings. Thank you, sir. Not only that, thank you for your service, my brother. But you still ain't shit.
Lord Jesus.
I'm just saying. But back to the big three, the closing of the big three. I love the big three. It's very entertaining. I think, I believe Ice Cube got a great thing going, and I'm glad he was able to do it. I really wish the NBA embraced it like they really need to. Let me go even further than this. How about the NBA embrace them and stop embracing this goddamn WNBA? Because that shit is trash. I'm sick of the WNBA. Wow, man. This coming weekend, the NBA, WNBA All-Star game is this weekend. And nobody cares. Nobody. But for some reason, they keep investing money into this money pit. Been doing it for over 25 years. But for some reason, they don't want to embrace the big three. Now, the big three is not really no threat to the NBA. None. Right? They're no threat to the NBA. They show no type of like they're gonna go in there and steal the players. No, they're not. These guys are retired from the pros, right? At the highest level. They retired from the pros, and so they still feel like they can contribute to the game. They still feel like they can play. They love playing the game. Why not keep letting them play and give them a space to do that? And that's what the big three does. It's just unfortunate that Adam Silver and the NBA is not embracing it. I think it would be a great thing for the NBA to do that. They're not conflict of interest as far as the season. By the second week of June, the NBA finals is over. And that'd be the week that the big three is starting up. So there's no conflict there. What's the problem? J-Dub comes to say, Big Ed 11, my brother. Shout out to J-Dub's old ass. Also, last week, J-Dub came through with a $2, I think it's 50-cent super chat, and I made sure I put it on my community board. But I want to say thank you to the brother. Unfortunately, I was so busy doing this and doing that, didn't get to see the super chat. So shame on me, brother. I hope you forgive me, my brother. Charges to my mind and my heart. I'm old. I'm 50. When you hit to that 50 mark, boy, there's just certain things you don't remember like you used to, J-Dub. So I think you understand because you 48, you right around the corner. But the brother man came through with a $2.50 super chat. So shout out to that brother for the $2.50 super chat, man. Shout out to that brother. He didn't have to, he chose to, and I appreciate the blessings. Thank you, sir. I promise you, it was greatly appreciated. But to keep things going, man, let's talk about this last thing that I really want to talk about. There's a couple things. One of the things is the Summer League has been going hot. Cooper Flag is Dallas Mavericks made the decision. We're going to shut him down. We've seen enough. Played 2 games, got 10 the first game, you know what I'm saying? But that next game got 31. That man's averaged about 20 points a game. They said, we've seen enough. We don't need to see no more. We don't want you to get hurt. We want that Mavericks season to be healthy. We got a chance coming out the West. Now, I don't think they're going to be able to beat. I don't think they're going to be able to beat Oklahoma City. Excuse me. I don't think they're going to be able to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. But I could definitely see them in the Western Conference Final. I could definitely see them in the Western Conference Final. So speaking of the Oklahoma City Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder made some moves. One of the moves is they signed Jalen Williams to a 5-year, rookie max worth up to $287 million. Get paid, young brother. Get paid. That brother got his money, man. He said, you got to respect me and my gangster. I'm out here getting this money. Well, you fools out here just playing with coins. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm not only an NBA champion at the age of 24, but I just got my check signed. Shout out to Jalen Williams for getting that big bread. Not only Jalen Williams got a hell of a deal. My man Chuck Holmgren. My man Chuck Holmgren signed a 5-year, $239 million rookie max. Jalen, you can't be the only one getting paid, my brother. I'm 23 years old and I deserve a check too. The full guaranteed pack could reach up to $250 million between the two of them. That's not including Shane Gilgeous-Alexander and his 4-year, $285 million max extension to keep the franchise star in Oklahoma City Thunder to 2031. Hey, man, let me say this. Congratulations to that big three. They got a big payday, which they all deserve. They got a payday, which they all deserve. So congratulations to them three guys for getting a big payday. But not only that, guess who else got paid too? My man, Devin Booker. The Suns signed Devin Booker to a historic 2-year, $145 million extension. That's crazy work. So let's do the math, guys. That's $70.25 million a year. Did you not hear me? That average out to 2 years, $70.5 million, 70.25. That's crazy. Shout out to Devin Booker for getting that extension. Sun said we feel like it's well deserved. The Kentucky product spent his entire career in a Phoenix franchise. And he said, hey, you're not going anywhere no time soon. Let's keep pushing. So sign that extension through the 29-30 campaign. Shout out to that brother for getting his paid. Shout out to that brother for getting his bag. Well deserved, and I'm happy for him. I am happy for that brother, man, because that man's loyal. Even though the team is not winning, he's loyal. He's dedicated. But guys, I need for y'all to continue to be dedicated to me. And you know how you can do it? By hitting that damn like button.
What's the goddamn button?
You goddamn right. Hit that goddamn button. I appreciate it. Shout out to my brother Chaz, man. Came through. Help a brother out. Got a new mic from Stream Deck. The Wave 3. He turned me on to it. He said, man, you need to get this mic. Going to help you with your sounds and your backup, your Stream Deck. It's going to make the clarity a lot better. So, Brother Chaz, I appreciate you and I thank you, sir. I promise you I do. Much love to the brother, man. So you can call me, send me this number. I gave him a call. He was right there. Johnny on the spot, man, helping me out. Make sure everything is working right. Hopefully it's working right. Hopefully the sound is coming through real clear. Like I said, brother out to my brother Chaz. If it's not coming out clear, I know who I'm going to call. I'm going to call my brother Chaz. I know he's going to make sure I'm right. So shout out to that brother, man, for helping me out. I promise you, I appreciate it. But before I go any further, let me acknowledge my Funko and my album of the week. I got to make sure I acknowledge that, right? Because if I don't, it's going to be shame on me. Shame on me if I don't acknowledge the album and Funko Pop of the week. But before we go, oh shit, I hit the mute button. I apologize. Let me get me a swig of water. I'm thirsty. But with that being said, I definitely want to make sure you're gonna make sure I pull that up. But we're definitely gonna go over this recent power ranking that I've seen of the 30 teams in the NBA. So guys, please believe me, this is not my ranking, right? This is not my ranking. This is the scores ranking. So it's not my opinion, right? It's not my opinion. And we're going to start at number 30. We ain't going to start at the top. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So with that being said, before I get to that, I definitely want to make sure y'all see the Funko Pop as well as the album of the week. And with that being said, if you watched the trailer, y'all should have seen it. But if not, that's okay. We're going to display it now. Let's go. So, album of the week is Michael McDonald. His greatest hits. One of the prime songs on that, Street Freedom. I remember I bought that soundtrack just for that song and that song only. Didn't care about hardly any other song. Now, I did like the Patti LaBelle song they had on there. It was okay. I'm a big Patti LaBelle fan. But my main reason was the Sweet Freedom song, because I couldn't find it nowhere else. Of course, until I got that Greatest Hits album. And I had to get that from Europe. And it cost me about $45 to get it. But it's well worth it. So I got it. But the Sweet Freedom, I ended up getting that album. I paid like $3. It was like an antique mall outside, right? And I got that, and I only care about one song on that whole album. That's Sweet Freedom. But that's part of my collection, Dad. I appreciate it. And Funko Pop of the week is Fred and Lamont Sanford. Now, for those who do not know anything about Sanford and Sons, then you missed a treat growing up. You missed a hell of a treat growing up. But I didn't. I got to see it as well as the replays. So shout out to Funko Pop of the week, Fred and Lamont Sanford of Sanford and Sons, and Michael McDonald. Shout out to that. But do me a favor, guys. Do me a solid before I go over this power ranking list from the NBA.
Push the goddamn button.
You heard what Carter said. Carter said, push that goddamn button. Who you think you are? Push that button. Don't just sit and watch me. Don't just sit and enjoy my beautiful baritone voice. I need for you guys to show me you got love for me by hitting that goddamn like button.
Push the goddamn button.
You're goddamn right. I appreciate every last one of you being here. Thank you, guys. Every last one of you guys. If you're watching on replay, I appreciate you too. Much love and an appreciation. I promise you it is. But with that being said, let's get to the power rankings. Let's see what the score is saying about your team. Now, unfortunately, I know my team's probably on here at the bottom somewhere because I can't stand the coach in Billy Donovan. I think he's terrible. Look, when I say they right there 24, I can't stand these bitches. Get rid of Billy Donovan. I'm sick of him. Man, I wish the Knicks would have got him. I wish they would have gave him an opportunity to fit him. I was sick of his ass. But nonetheless, I got to go with what I got to go with. Number 30, the Brooklyn Nets. It's been a busy offseason for the New York Nets, who used 5 first-round picks to select 3 European playmakers, guards, with shooting shooting concepts. Brooklyn also said goodbye to starters D'Angelo Russell, Cam Johnson, and acquired Michael Porter Jr. in exchange for Johnson. Number 30, the Brooklyn Nets. Let's keep going. Coming in at number 29 is the Washington Wizards. The Wizards tie bow in the miraculous Jordan Poole era and welcome in another heat check. Another heat check servant in Cam Whitmore. A young and at times entertaining team that got younger and more engaging by adding Whitmore and the number 6 pick, Trey Jones. Now, I watched them last night. They did look pretty good. I give them credit for that. They was young and they did look pretty good. So shout out to the Washington Wizards, a.k.a. the Washington Bullets back in the days. With that being said, let's keep going. Utah comes in at number 20. Comes in at 28. The Jazz remains focused on the young-oriented rebuilding as evidenced by the departure of Jordan Clarkson, John Collins, and trading Colin Sexton for Jusufert Nurkic, making less sense, though the allure of the 2026 draftee AJ Banster, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, and Cameron Boozer could motivate Utah. God, so one guy's going to be from the area, going to play the area. He plays at BYU. Cam Boozer plays for the Duke Blue Devils. Could motivate Utah's ambitions in this case. I'm sorry. Number 27, the Charlotte Hornets. There's nowhere to go but up. Damn. The Fighting Jordans. The Fighting Jordans. Said there's nowhere to go but up. That acquired Colin Sexton, Pat Connaughton, Mason Plumlee, Trey Mann, Spencer Dinwiddie, while also scooping up Nicolip, Lynn McNeely, and Ryan Brewer in the draft. Not the most glamorous additions, but beggars can't be choosers. God damn, that's crazy. But I like Spencer Dinwiddie. I think he's good. Mason Plumlee is a good role player, so there's nothing wrong with that. Now, Ryan Kingley, I remember him. He played for Creighton. Lynn played for UConn, and Cole played for Duke. So I do remember them three, watching them in college. So shout out to them. Coming in number 26, Sacramento Kings. I'm not going to keep reading through all of this. I'm just going to read where they rank it now. This is unnecessary. 25, the Portland Trailblazers. 24, my lonely Chicago Bulls. Let me read about these sorry asses. The Bulls have become a symbol of mediocrity. That's a fact. I'm sick of their asses. Mediocrity over the last decades. This undesirable trend shows no signs of changing, aiming another offseason relative inaction. If it's not a fact of Billy Donovan and company in the interim. Jesus Christ, they need to fire his sorry ass. Let's keep going. Number 23, the New Orleans Pelicans. Number 22, to Toronto Raptors. Number 21, the Phoenix Suns. Number 20, damn, I'm surprised by this, Indiana Pacers. Number 19, the San Antonio Spurs. Number 18, I'm surprised by this, the Dallas Mavericks. Number 17, the Milwaukee Bucks. Number 16, the Boston Celtics. Now, of course, the Boston Celtics and the Indiana Pacers are being affected due to Tyrese Halliburton's injury of Achilles, as well as Jason Tatum injury as well. So unfortunately for those two, the biggest leaders on the squad is out, and I think that's really affecting their rankings. But with that being said, let's keep going. Number 15 is the Miami Heat. Number 14 is the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 13, the Detroit Pistons. Number 12 is the Memphis Grizzlies. Number 11 is the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's keep going. Number 10, Golden State Warriors. Number 9, Atlanta Hawks. Now, I said this before on the live, how much I do like the Atlanta Hawks and how they are coming along. I appreciate them, and they are looking good in this young state. So shout out to the Atlanta Hawks. Number 8, Orlando Magic. Number 7 is the Minnesota Timberwolves. And number 6 is the Los Angeles, not the Lakers, but the Los Angeles Clippers. Number 5, with the new head coach in Mike Brown, is the New York Knicks. Number 4 is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 3 is the Denver Nuggets. Number 2 is the Houston, with the addition of course, 15-year All-Star veteran Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, I'm about to say Kevin Garnett. Ooh, I'm tripping. Kevin Durant. And number 1, and your defending champs, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shout out to Shane Gilchrist Alexander. Shout out to Jalen Williams and Chat Holmgren. Shout out to their big 3. And being ranked number 1 in the power rankings by the score. Now, guys, with that being said, I can't disagree with the rankings, right? I really can't disagree with the reason why I can't disagree is because due to the injuries of some players that is affecting their rankings. But like I was saying earlier, Oklahoma City is defending champs. And in the West, they dominated. They wasn't challenged to the NBA Finals with the Indiana Pacers. Right? The Indiana Pacers challenged them. But other than that, nobody in the West did. And I think it's going to be the repeat of next season. I think it's going to be a repeat of next season. So, guys, with that being said, again, I apologize. This is not the fantasy show. That's going to be on August 11th. So, please, guys, charge it to my mind and on my heart. Apologize for clicking the wrong thing. Now I'm going to have to go back in and do a lot of changing and adjustments. But that's okay. That's the way life works sometimes. That's the way life works sometimes. But with that being said, I appreciate every last one of you guys, man. But before we go, make sure y'all do me a favor and hit that like button. Guys, hit that like button. I need that. I need all the likes I can get. I appreciate every last one of you being here. And looking forward to doing the show on Wednesday, guys. In case y'all didn't know, I'm having a show on Wednesdays. This Wednesday, we having a show, baby. This Wednesday, we're going to have a show, and I can't wait. I can't wait to have this show and see what y'all guys think about my reaction to another Pop the Balloon. My reaction to another Pop the Balloon, guys. That's what we're going to be talking about this coming Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Look who decided to come in at late in the last minute. That's okay. That's okay. Tribal One says, Mrs. Hink at the basement, coasting by to say greetings, Mr. and Mrs. Hink, and to say have a good evening together. Right on. We are. I got to go get my wife something to eat. She's hungry. Unfortunately, we didn't get to pull the fish out in time to bake some fish tonight, because that's what I was looking forward to. Some baked fish. But we didn't get to do that tonight, so we're going to go out to eat. He's going to take the wife out to get us a meal. Nothing extravagant, just something nice and that's going to fill us up. Trevor, I need for you to do me a favor. Y'all heard what Carter said. Trevor, did you hear me?
Push the goddamn button.
I appreciate that, ma'am. Hopefully you did that already. But with that being said, I appreciate every last one of you guys being here. Like I said, if you watching on replay, make sure y'all hit the like button. Leave a comment. I love the interaction with you guys. I promise you I do. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the show. Let me know what y'all think I could do to improve. Let me know what y'all think about my show. Let me know, what you like and you don't like. I can accept that. I'm a big boy. I can handle that. I can handle criticism. I'm sure you want that too. What does it matter? It's one pot around here, baby. It doesn't matter. She want to order most. That's cool. We gonna pay for it. We gonna get her what she want. Trevor wants to say aloha, Hank, in my Hawaiian native voice. Trevor, one shout out to you, ma'am. Hopefully your night is going in, your weekend went well. But I need for you to do me a favor, ma'am, and hit that like button. I promise you, I appreciate it, ma'am. You enjoy your evening just as well as I will. But guys, with that being said, I appreciate every last one of you being here. And I'll catch you on the next one. Right on. Right on.